bored. Look me up, cause I'm such a junkie. Every day all I want is more. So entertain me right now. So entertain me right now.
Hey everybody, it's the Pop Culture Junkie Podcast. I am Hayley here with my fellow junkies,
Nicole.
And Shauna.
This week we are going to talk about concerts and what it takes to get a ticket at a decent price thanks to Ticketmaster and its monopoly on the ticket sale process. But before we do that, how the heck are you, junkies?
Oh, I thought you said drunkies, and I was like, I'm not. It's dry January, Hayley, okay? I'm drinking water while we record. But I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing good. Happy to be back with you all.
Yeah.
I know. What's up, y'all? How are you, Hayley?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Doing dry January as well, but with social media instead of alcohol. So
Are you really?
I've been off social media all of a couple days, and Jeremy Renner went and almost died. So
Oh my God, that's right. You sent that article, and I didn't even get the chance to read it. Is he okay?
yeah, dude, he was helping somebody. He was out snowplowing and helping a neighbor who was stranded on the side of the road, and his snowplow, something happened and it ran over him. And I mean, like, it's basically like a truck. And he had blunt force trauma to his chest, and his leg got so badly damaged. Thankfully, a doctor lived nearby and came and applied a tourniquet to his leg.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's
but he's had to have 2
awful.
surgeries, and thankfully, I don't know the extent of his injuries, but thankfully he's alive.
God, well, pour one out for Hawkeye. Well, don't pour one out. He's fine. He's not dead. Thoughts and prayers for Hawkeye. There you go.
We almost
There you
lost
go.
Hot Guy, you guys.
The hot guy.
Yeah,
It's
the
not
hot guy.
a good way to start the year.
We can't lose hot guy. Oh, man.
Speaking of the new year, I mean, there's so much to look forward to. Like, what have you guys been watching, binging? Like, anything that you're picking up here? Anything that you guys have started watching that you want to pop or drop?
I have been hardcore binging a show. Okay, so my husband started watching it over COVID. If for some reason I didn't start watching it with him, even though it seemed like something I would totally be into. It's one of those things I must have not been home for one reason or another, and he had to entertain himself. But I kept walking in the room with him watching it, and now finally he's like, oh, I'll just start it over with you. And over the last couple days, I have binged almost 11 hours of Alice in Borderland. So it's on Netflix. It reminds me a lot of Squid Game. So the show's in Japanese. It takes place in Japan. It's subtitled. But for some reason, our characters are either transported to a parallel universe that looks like Tokyo, or everyone in Tokyo has disappeared except for them. We don't know yet. And they have to play these survival games. And it's all like suits of cards. So if you win the survival game of like a 5 of hearts, you get 5 more days. And then you have to play another game to earn more days. Otherwise, you get shot in the head with a fucking laser beam and die. So it's really intense and it's super violent. And I definitely wouldn't recommend it for anybody who has like trauma surrounding gun violence, as I speak to people who listen in the United States. But there's a lot of like mass shootings on this show. They're kind of running from each other with guns a lot. But it's really good. And oh my God, it's just completely sucked me in. It's like, I think it's based off of a manga, so like a Japanese comic. So you could almost see it being like a real life anime. And instead of animating it, they made it live action. So I'm definitely going to pop Alice in Borderland, give it a try on Netflix. The entire first season is out. And the entire second season is out. I haven't finished the second season yet because I just was in a coma of nothing but Netflix for days. But yeah, I definitely popped that.
Nice. What about you, Nicole?
I've been watching this show that I found on, I believe, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think what channel it's on. I think it's A&E. And it's called
The Walking Dead.
What is that's AMC.
So close. So close.
And it's called Road Wars. It's real people like videotaping on their phones of people with road rage. And
Oh my God,
it
Nicole.
is like some of these things, not some of them, all of them are so bad. And I have road rage, but I'm not one to obviously engage in it. I will scream at people in my car and like hide my finger under my steering wheel and give people the finger, but like I won't physically
my
like put my
God.
finger up to the window and put it in someone's face.
Please do
Or, like,
not get shot, Nicole. Oh my
No,
God.
trust me. This show has made me realize like I just need to be a calm driver and be like, okay, everything's good. You're going to get to your destination perfectly fine. Just let this person merge or get over. But some of these incidents, like there's gunfire, there's people literally getting out of the cars and fighting, people running over each other. It is absolutely
Jeez.
insane, but definitely my type of show because I love. It's not true crime, obviously, but it kind of.
Nicole loves
in a way.
violence.
I do. So it's really interesting. Oh. Okay. I'm so sorry. I have one other show that I totally forgot about, but am in
You
love.
can't. You can only talk about one. You can only
love
talk
with
about
it.
one, Nicole.
So speaking of true crime, if you are a true crime junkie like me, I have a show for you, and you will not want to pass this one up because I'm going to sell you on it right now, and I should get a share in the profits for this because I'm about to go in. If you have Peacock, and if you don't, you should definitely get it. Go with the premium because you can download it and it's no ads, but whatever. And it's called Homicide for the Holidays. And it's about people being murdered during the holiday season. So like Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas around that time. And they have real pictures from the crime scene. They have news footage from the crime scene, police footage from the crime scene. Like you will see.
Do we get to see a dead body?
You do. You see plenty of dead bodies. They blur out the face, but there are dead bodies, real dead bodies on your screen. And you see...
My lights flickered just as we
Yeah.
talked about real dead bodies on the
bodies.
screen.
But oh my gosh, if you are a true crime person, I highly, highly, highly recommend this show because you get to see like the gory stuff that you are wanting to see. And it's just so, so good. Obviously super sad that these people had to die.
You are not selling Hayley on this at all. If everyone
That's
could see
okay.
her face right now, she looks like she's gonna vomit. Like,
But it's so good. I think my favorite part is actually seeing like the footage and pictures of the crime scene. But
I'm over here
You're
like,
like Mr.
is
Calling is like a paramedic or something.
it bloody? And Hayley's like, are they
Oh.
okay?
you see blood, you see dead bodies, you see everything. It's incredible. But those are the two shows that I would definitely pop.
Yeah, you gotta love, like Nicole had put on her Instagram, she's like, somebody recommend some like true crime, and I was like, only murders in the building is as true crime as I get.
I think that literally is fake crime.
It is.
Fiction
So when they
crime.
die, it's okay. It's not real. Yeah.
They'll get back up. They got better.
Good times. All right.
times.
Homicide for the Holidays. That's what it was called.
Yes, on Peacock.
It sounds like a Hallmark movie.
I think it was on Oxygen, and then they moved it to Peacock, or like the seasons are just
Oh,
now
that
on
definitely
Peacock.
sounds like Oxygen.
Yeah.
The channel for women where women go to die.
Hayley, what you been watching?
Yeah. So I've been rewatching Arrested Development, and we've made it to season 4, which is the first Netflix season. And I did not know this, but they went in. Now if you like, the default setting is they call it the remix, the season 4 remix. And they went in and they recut all the episodes. They took it from 15 episodes and made it into 22. So they added a bunch of like deleted scenes, unnecessary like extra narration. And I found out it's so that they could try to get it like syndicated and running in reruns on TV.
Interesting.
And it's not, I mean, that season, it was it was a struggle anyway, because it was
It's so
really
disappointing.
it was a hot mess. It was all over the place. But they managed to make it worse with this remix. So if anybody is out there and hasn't watched Arrested Development and wants to watch it for the first time, you have to go into like bonus or extra features, and then you can find the original season 4 cut. And I would recommend as sluggish and weird as it was, it's still way better than this remix nonsense
How
that they did.
odd. Dude, the first 3 seasons of that show are so fucking funny. Oh my God. I probably told this story on the podcast, and if I haven't, I don't care. And I don't care that it's really embarrassing. But when my husband and I first started dating, we were watching Arrested Development at his house, and we were like laying on the bed, like watching it, and we're laughing, and a joke came on, and I laughed so hard that I farted. And it was like a loud fart. And I just laid there like, oh my God, fuck. Maybe he didn't hear it. And I just like pretended like nothing happened. And we kept watching. And then it was a loud one. Like, it was one of those things where you could fake it. Like, oh, it's just my feet. Here's
Blame
the
it on the
mattress.
dog.
Yeah, there's the cat. No, I ripped ass. And years later, I told him, I was like, yeah, I farted while we were watching Arrested Development because it was so funny. And he's like, I know, I heard you. I just didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to embarrass you.
Aw, that's love.
Find yourself a man like that, you guys.
That's love. And also,
But that's how
find
funny
a good
this show
Exactly. Find a show funny enough that it will make you fart. It is good. Even with the last couple seasons, it's still worth watching or rewatching. But I also checked out, also on Netflix, Glass Onion, the new Knives Out movie.
It was good.
Really good. Really good. I
liked it.
If you like Knives Out, I feel like you'll like this. And Edward Norton's great in it. I love him. I wish he was in more things. So yeah, really good. Glass Onion, very funny, awesome cast. Yeah, pop it. Okay, I've got a question for you guys. Have there been, anytime recently, a concert that you have wanted to go to and either couldn't get tickets because it's sold out, or couldn't get tickets because it was too expensive or out of your price range?
Okay, so I have 2 situations. Run really quick. Lady Gaga finally did the Chromatica Ball tour and dropped what those prices were going to be. And I would cut off a limb for Lady Gaga, but God, it was like $600, $700, something like that. And no, it wasn't going to happen, girl. But then, okay, so my favorite band of all time, AFI, is doing, I feel like I definitely have talked about this, a reunion show for like, they're playing their entire album, Sing the Sorrow from beginning to end, one night only in Los Angeles. I shouldn't say reunion show. They didn't break up. It's the first time they've ever played the album from beginning to end. I got a pre-sale code, and I was able to grab these tickets for $50 each.
Oh,
and
nice.
so me and my girlfriends are going on a trip to LA. The next day, they went on general public sale, and they got up to $600 for AFI
goodness.
tickets. Like, they're not even, they're kind of well-known, I guess, but they're not like $600 well-known.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't, like, I got them for $50, but that's only because I had some fucking pre-sale code that I found on a message board.
See, and what's interesting about that, I'm glad you brought that up, and we can talk more about it in a minute, but to me, I always think of a pre-sale as like a select amount of tickets that they reserve and release early, and then they release the rest of the tickets during general sale. But
Yep.
it seems to me like now you get on for a general sale, and it's all just resold tickets. Like they sell out during the pre-sale, and then the prices go up, like you said,
Yeah.
3-4 times during the general sale, which seems...
Yeah, it wasn't hard to find this code either. I mean, I guess if you're really like a passionate fan about like AFI, then I knew the places to look. I looked on their message board. I looked on AFI Reddit. People were posting the pre-sale code. So I snagged it. But dude, I can't even imagine what it's like to try to get like Taylor Swift tickets or something like that. Like people who are super fucking famous. Nah. That's why I tapped out for Gaga. I didn't even try. I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I can't say that I've been looking for a concert recently. I have, but the concert's in October of 2023, so I'm not like looking super duper hardcore right now. But I know like a bunch of my friends, obviously I'm a country music fan. Morgan Wallen released his concert tickets, which my brother-in-law somehow finessed and like got the tickets for it. But I know so many people that didn't get the tickets or had like the pre-sale code, and then the pre-sale was already all sold out by the time they were queued in the line or whatnot. But the one time I can remember, and it's super long ago, it was almost a year ago, was for Billie Eilish. Like, I had absolutely no problem getting tickets, and that's one concert I feel like I would have problems with, but I guess I got my tickets maybe 5 or 8 months in advance from the concert when like they first went on sale. So I guess maybe like 2 years ago, it wasn't as bad as it is now, obviously, but
It's definitely getting worse because, I've bought Gaga tickets in the past and they've not been that outrageous before at all. Like, I've dropped like $200 for Gaga tickets and that's fine. But like $600, $700, nah.
And the thing that kills me, absolutely kills me, is you'll see the ticket price. It's like $150. I'm like, okay, I'll pay $150 for a decent price ticket, like good spot.
Yeah.
And then you go to check out and the fees are literally $100 per ticket.
Yeah,
and it's like,
dude.
What is the fee covering is my question, and why is it so much?
Oh, yeah. I have thoughts about that, too. I've got two. One was most recently Death Cab for Cutie / Postal Service. Same thing.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, same thing. But they announced a 20th anniversary of their album Transatlanticism, the Death Cab album, and then the Postal Service album Give Up. So they're gonna play both those albums like front to back.
Dude, that would be such a good show.
Amazing, right?
Yes.
I got on the second, general sale started, and everything was resale. Cheapest ticket was like $300.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah. So that was one that I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not going to go to that. And then the other one that really stands out in my mind was Blink 182.
Oh, yeah. What were those tickets going for?
Those tickets surged thanks to this dynamic pricing thing, which we'll get into. Yeah, they surged up to like $600 per ticket.
Dude, I wish I had $600 to just drop on each of my favorite musical acts and just be like, yeah, let's do it. Oh, man.
Well, what's crazy is like, they're not even my favorite musical. You know what I mean? Like, even if that was the Killers, I still would not be paying $600.
That's the thing. It's like, even for Gaga, I was like, I love you. I've seen you so many times, though. It's fine.
That's exactly it. I'm like, out of principle, I have already seen you for a fraction of that. I'm not paying that.
Yeah. And Blink's one of those bands where it's like, oh, that would be really sick to see, but I'm not going to like, I don't know, die if I don't.
So do you guys think that, because like you mentioned, Nicole, not even that long ago, it wasn't as bad as it is now. Do you feel like COVID and not having concerts for such a long time has allowed for companies like, Ticketmaster and their monopoly and these venues to kind of be more predatory with ticket prices because they know we didn't have the option the past couple of years, so we're gonna pay and go?
Honestly, yeah, that's a really good point. They know that we're all just desperate to get out and like see live music and experience people again, that they're like, they know that there are people out there who are gonna pay those prices. Like, I know people who dropped some coin on Taylor Swift tickets. And that's cool. That's how you want to spend your money. But they know people are going to do it, so they can charge that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of more on the no side. I feel like, again, I'm going to go off with what Shauna said, that they know people are going to spend the money no matter what price they have it at. So they're like, okay, let's just jack up the price because we know we're going to get that money anyways. And I feel with artists who they know will be super duper hot, example, Taylor Swift, the demand is going to be so incredibly high that they jack those prices up because, again, they know people will pay that and they'll get their revenue for that.
Yeah. Who wants to explain what dynamic pricing is?
I say the teacher.
Hayley, go.
Only because, I saw it happen when I tried to get Blink tickets. So basically, and this happened with Bruce Springsteen, was kind of the first time I think fans really saw this happening and they were outraged. But basically what Ticketmaster has enabled is the faster tickets sell and the more they're in demand. As the tickets sell, they will go up in price during the sale. So like first 1 to 2 minutes of the sale, they may be listed at $40 to $50 per ticket, and some will go for that. And then the next 2 to 5 minutes of the sale, they'll jump up double in price and whatever, up to, like we said, $600, $800 per ticket, depending on how quickly the ticket sales are going. And they justify it by calling it dynamic pricing.
That's insane.
And like Blink 182, for example, said, oh, we didn't know anything about that. We didn't know that was a thing. We don't have any control over that. But this is what I will say in regards to like artists and artist control, okay, is that because Ticketmaster / Live Nation has this monopoly over ticket sales, all of the big major venues have contracts with Ticketmaster and Live Nation, right? So when you go to smaller stuff like the Rebel Lounge, you don't have to use Ticketmaster. You can buy directly from Rebel Lounge, right? But the big venues, they all go through. So the first thing to keep in mind is that those venues choose to work with Ticketmaster and Live Nation. They don't have to, but
who else are they going to work with? Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is, Nicole, you were mentioning the fees. A lot of those fees are actually set by the venues themselves. Mm-hmm. So they're the ones getting the kickbacks from those fees. But the artists themselves also, so they can choose the venue, right? But they can't really control what Ticketmaster does and what the venue does, except for people like Ed Sheeran, who he had a similar thing happen for his shows in the UK, because he's big over here, but he's way bigger over there. He's British. Annette.
Annette. Sorry, British fans.
But he had a similar thing happen with like the Taylor Swift tickets, where his tickets sold out really fast, but then they all went back up for resale for, quadruple the value. And his fans were like, Ed, help us out. What's going on? We can't get in. He made Ticketmaster cancel and refund all of those tickets. Every single one. He started his sale over, and he made all of his tickets ineligible for resale.
Dang.
Meaning, if you bought it, you couldn't sell it to someone else and transfer it to someone else. And artists do have the ability to do that. I went to go see Grayscale. Well, no, I should have gone to see Grayscale. I bought tickets to go see Grayscale through Ticketmaster, and then I ended up not being able to go, and I couldn't do anything with my tickets because they were ineligible for resale. You couldn't.
Okay, and that was something that like Grayscale, you're saying, is the ones who put that on there.
Exactly. Okay. So the artist has the capability to say, hey, don't resell these. But when you talk about someone like Taylor Swift, or you talk about someone like Blink 182, who's basically Kardashian light now.
Oh no, they are Kardashian adjacent. God damn it. No, Blink. No.
They're business people. And they're getting money from every single one of those resales. And not to like soapbox this, but Justin Bieber, he almost set the precedent for this because he had a tour where a lot of his stuff had sold out and was being resold. And it was actually discovered that his company, his management company, bought like a third of the tickets to every venue.
What? How is that even ethical in the select?
Yeah, to resell them at higher face value so he could get more money. So, I know a lot of people are like, well, Taylor didn't have any control. I'm like, nah, she had control. She has some element of control. Every artist has some element. But at the end of the day, the fans have to be more important than the dollar. And they're just not. I don't care how many like cutesy little Instagram posts an artist makes about how they appreciate the fans. It's really about, and they're running a business, and that's their right, and that's fine.
They're not businessman. They're a businessman. Yeah. I mean, so in the 90s, Pearl Jam was working with like President Clinton to try to like, I don't know, get Ticketmaster's monopoly under control even back then. And it ended up not, going their way in the slightest. They lost a fuck ton of money. But I don't know. It's just like if artists try to stand up to these monopolies and stuff, can they succeed? I guess it's the only way to do it is what you're saying. It's just mark your tickets as not eligible for resale if you're just willing to lose out on a lot of that money. But at the same time, smaller bands who aren't to the level of T Swift would that make sense for them? Or how much of their profit would they lose? Like if AFI did that, they're popular, but they're not that popular. I feel like they would lose out on a ton of money. So it's like, I don't know. I love them, and I don't want that dynamic pricing to set in because I want people to be able to see them. But at the same time, if they mark their tickets not eligible for resale, do they get screwed?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's tricky too because there are, professional scalpers who will create 15, 20 accounts at any given time to try to get in and buy these tickets and flip them. And Ticketmaster hasn't put really any regulations in place to curb that. They say only, one account per person, but clearly it's not, it's not working.
All of us have made multiple accounts for things before to get those coupon codes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I really feel like the only solution is going to be either artists banding together and refusing to work with Ticketmaster, which is then gonna they're gonna have to get creative with their venues. They're gonna have to find different places to play. And just a lot of them I don't think are willing to do that. Or fans are going to have to refuse to pay the outrageous costs, and then they're going to have to show up to arenas full of empty seats, and the scalpers are going to have to get stuck with that money, and then maybe we'll start to see some change. But I just don't know if that's plausible.
I don't know if this is on other ticket sites too, like SeatGeek or StubHub or anything like that, but the one thing with Ticketmaster that I also don't like, and again, it could be other sites as well. I haven't really tried it on other sites, but when there's 3 seats together and I'm only trying to get 2 tickets, it will not let you buy those 2 tickets. You have to buy all 3 because it says you cannot leave a single seat behind. And I'm like,
how weird.
It's so annoying because there's 3 good seats together and I'm like, okay, I want those 2. And it says you can't do that. And I'm like, why? Like, there's going to be people that want to go solo. Yeah. So why can't we just have that solo ticket there and it'd be good?
I think maybe it increases the likelihood that seat never gets bought because most people don't go by themselves. But I mean, you went to Billie Eilish by yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I go to concerts by myself.
I think if you think about it, though, those solo tickets, historically anyway, if you've ever gone to a concert by yourself, solo tickets would drop in price like closer to the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so that's probably their way of trying to avoid that is you're going to have to buy all 3 at full face value. Or
I know the solution. Just watch local shows.
I mean, that is a big, that's actually, it's worth talking about because there are a lot of smaller artists that really appreciate the money. And it's not just, padding their already, loaded bank accounts.
You're not padding somebody's bank account who's going to marry a Kardashian someday.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do know after this Ticketmaster debacle with Taylor Swift, a lot of politicians were like, we're going to reopen an investigation and work with the government and blah, blah, blah.
That shit never solves anything.
I mean, Ticketmaster has spent like billions of dollars lobbying at a federal level. So, really, I don't know. I hate to be like pessimistic headed into a new year, but I don't see meaningful change coming for a while. I do think eventually the other shoe is going to drop and we'll start to see some things change.
Maybe some competition. Yeah. Again, I mean, but they acquired Live Nation. It's like they're already swallowing up other companies as they go. But I don't know. Just everybody support local music, support smaller venues, support your local venues. I know during COVID, especially, a lot of local venues closed or were on the verge of closing. And I'm sure that some of them are still struggling at this point. So, support those smaller acts. But not too much because then eventually they'll get super famous and then the dynamic pricing will set in. So only go like a couple times.
Yeah. And support your local podcasters. So, thanks for listening. It's free. You don't even have to put on pants.
This is free. I'm not wearing pants right now.
Until we go on tour and you have to buy our tickets on Ticketmaster.
Oh my God, you guys, it would be so sick to go on tour. Oh, it would be so funny.
We're pretty hilarious. I think we could sell out State Farm Stadium.
I think we could too.
I think so.
Where's State Farm Stadium?
It's the Cardinals. It's where Taylor Swift is playing.
I could never keep track of what they name that stupid arena. It's
Pop Culture Junkie Eras Tour.
Ooh, the Eras Tour. We bring back all the past hosts. But yeah, if we ever go on tour, we won't sell anything on Ticketmaster.
Yes, that is our pledge.
You can just give cash money straight to Shauna, Nicole, and Hayley.
Yeah. You go to popculturejunkie.com and buy your ticket.
You know what? Yeah, I was going to say, go on our Patreon, sign up. We'll let you in for free.
There you go.
There you go. Show up with a Pop
proof.
Culture Junkie t-shirt on. We'll let you in for free.
But when we say show up, we don't mean like at our houses. We mean like if we go on tour.
We'll start at a local
please
park.
don't come to my house. Yeah.
Don't stalk us. A local park. Hey,
Yeah.
you guys. I used to play music, believe it or not. And my very first show I ever played was at a park.
Aww.
Yeah.
Did you play Wonderwall?
No. I played
You had to
some
think about it, though.
Confessional, though. I did, yeah, I did.
Like, oh shit, did I play Wonderwall?
It wasn't in my rep, but it could have been. Yeah, and it was free, and my friends all made shirts with my name on it and came.
That's
cheered me
adorable,
on.
Hayley. I love that.
Good
I love
time.
that for
so,
you.
go see more of those shows and less of Ticketmaster. And as always, thanks for listening. It's been good to be back and chatting with you guys again. Let everybody know. It's been a little while. Let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me, Shauna Trinidad, at Shauna Trinidad on Instagram and TikTok. I don't have Twitter anymore because fuck that. But it's SHAUNATRINIDAD. Oh my God, did I spell my name right?
I think so.
SHAUNATRINIDAD. It's been too long.
But you got it.
It's been too long. Okay.
It's been a long time. All right, what about you, Nicole?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Nicole_Eldridge. And I am still on Twitter because that's where I get most of my news from, my sports news. And that is NAEldridge14.
And you can find me, Hayley, technically on Instagram at 30nerdythriving. But if all goes well with my work and social life, I'll never be back on social media. Just kidding.
You better be back.
But in the meantime, head to our Pop Culture Junkie Instagram. It's at pop.culturejunkies. And go to our website, popculturejunkie.com. Find out how to find us on all of our social media accounts. And, of course, how to support our show on Patreon. You can get access to exclusive content. We're going to have video. We're going to have bloopers. We're going to eventually give out our address so you can come find us at our local
parks. I will give you the coordinates of the park.
Yes.
Within a 50-mile radius of my house. You can show up in a t-shirt with my face on it.
Perfect. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to come back next time for another hit of pop culture.
Pop Culture Junkie is a production of Pop Culture Entertainment Group.